as the Catalan Grand Prix. The race has been won 6 times by the legendary, now retired Valentino Rossi.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back for the first time on F1 23 to the Takeover Racing League for the start of Season 7, the 7th campaign of this quite fantastic championship about to get underway here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia for the Spanish Grand Prix, which for the first time hosts the season opener. And we have a full grid of 20 cars getting ready for what should be a very exciting qualifying session to kick off the campaign. I'm your host for tonight, Zach RC, bringing you all the action this tonight. Unfortunately, my co-commentator Dara couldn't be with me this week, so hopefully we'll get him back next time out in the second round of the championship. You see the first car coming out onto the racetrack now. Looking forward to getting this qualifying session underway. It's a reserve for tonight's Sleepy Sloth in the Alpha Tauri, which of course has had a dramatic makeover since the last game. So looking forward to seeing what this Alpha Tauri can make of this one. Snipe Hunter in the car for tonight's race. Regularly has Wardy alongside him, but Wardy another race now. Imri in the Alfa Romeo already retiring. What has happened to Imri this early on? Has he just sort of stopped the car by himself? What on earth has happened? He may have disconnected, I'm not sure. But he's out. That's an unfortunate start to for the Alfa Romeo team in their campaign. Some kind of glitch, I'm being told, which may have impacted them here. Of course, this game hasn't been released in the best of states, so hopefully it won't impact us too much over the course of tonight. We see Sleepy Sloth then. He'll be the first car around to start a qualifying lap, so look forward to seeing what he can do here. And behind him is the Ferrari of QDXC. He's come to the last corner. He'll run on board the Alpha Tauri for the first flying lap of the season. So over the line here, it's a very long run to the first corner, one of the longest runs on the season calendar. Charging towards that first right-hander, looking to get himself onto a good start. One of the cars coming out the pit lane just in front of him. That's his teammate for tonight. It's Snipe Hunter in the other Alpha Tauri. Moves over to the left-hand side. Through the sweeping right-hander of turn number 3. Good exit. Keeping over to the left-hand side as he charges towards turn 4. Into the corner. Nice and smooth indeed. Keeping over to the right and then scooching back over to the left. And now over to the right again to hit the apex in turn number 6. Good exit. And make his way towards the complex of turn 7 and 8. Left into an immediate sharp right. And now to that blind right of turn 9. DRS redeployed, coming towards the second sector split. We'll see what it comes out as. 50.706 through the last sector now. The last sector over the course of the last 2 games has been remodified completely. A much wider turn 11, so turn 12 rather. And we're returning to the old layout of the Spanish Grand Prix circuit. The last 2 corners taken practically flat out, making the lap a lot faster. Charging towards the line here in the first lap set is a 1 minute 12.077. Very good time for the cars around to try and beat. Here comes QDXC towards the line to go second fast for about half a second. Michael off the last corner in the Aston Martin this season over the line and validated that lap, so not a good start for him. One of the Alpines over the line. Ginger out. I believe he's also a reserve tonight. Yep, normally Smoking Cheese and Critical Seals in the Alpine. OYZQV in the Haas across P4. And you see Cheese, the 2-time champion, going second fastest there, putting himself on the front row, 3/10 off of the reserve Sleepy Sloth in the Alpha Tauri. One car we're keeping an eye on in particular tonight is the reigning series champion C110P fan. He's only taken a handful of wins in this series, in this league, but last season got his hands on the title after 6 seasons of trying. And now I see just how he does in terms of a title defense. I'm being told there's no audio on the stream. You guys let me know down in the chat if you can hear me. Everything should be running okay. She's slow there, having invalidated the first time around. If you guys let me know down below if you could hear me, that'd be appreciated. I'm being told elsewhere that there is no audio. Continue on here. 13 minutes to go, so still a lot of time for qualifying. A lot of cars cross the line now. Lemons now the fastest, of course. Former champion himself in the Alfa Romeo this season, once again alongside Imri, who of course had that unfortunate issue early on. So it's out of qualifying here. And JT goes fastest. Of course, JT the Season 1 champion. So several of the former champions now showing what they can do. The majority of cars have now set their opening lap times. Lemon's now in second place then. The two AlphaTauri sharing row 2 together. So the Haas car of Albon making his full season debut for Haas. I've seen Albon race in another league. I'm looking forward to seeing in particular what he can do today, how he stacks up amongst the competitors. Comes to the last couple of corners and back into the pit lane here after his first lap, which was a 1 minute 12.7. So a few cars waiting to set times here. Michael was out on the track earlier, come back out for a second run. Fan is still out there, this time looking to set a valid lap. Jaden is still in the pit lane, as is Michelle in the Williams. Both those two, to my knowledge, with full time this season. Jaden with Red Bull and Michelle with Williams. Fan out the last couple of corners here, looking to see where he emerges for his first lap of his first completed lap of the season. Over the line, it's P3 to start things off. CSR Wolf in the McLaren out of the session. Another one of the reserves gone. Second retiree in this qualifier session, but did get a time in 1 minute 13.6. Could have improved on that. Potentially, who knows. Michelle out on the racetrack in the Williams. And Lemons after the last corner, 2.3 down in his previous effort, coming into the pit lane. So the majority of first runs have been completed here. There's Lani P10 in the Williams. Tiago in 11th in the Mercedes. Again, another reserve. Fuzzy Fox in the other Merc, normally in the car, as OYZQV finds itself on the gravel there, on the exit of turn number 4. Recovers it quite nicely, gets itself back into running position once more. Trying to get the tyres up to temperature here on his outlap as he looks to push himself higher up the order on another set of soft tyres, fresh set of soft tyres. 1 minute 13.1 his best effort. Michael invalidates here. Michelle has just started a flying lap. No shortage of action this early on in qualifying. 10 minutes to go, so still a lot of time for things to change. It's still JT on top right now. No one else matches 1 minute 11.3. 3 cars setting their times within 1 minute 11. Fuzzy Fox into turn 1. Slowest time so far, 1 minute 13.8. I see Cheese has started another lap for himself. QDXC in 6th place now in the Ferrari. Good lap from him there. And just 1,000th of a second off of P5, where Sniper Hunter currently sits. On an out lap, looking to improve once again. Off the last corner and back towards the line. Back towards somewhere here. Number of cars coming out the pit lane now. As Michelle goes third fastest there. 1 minute 11.7. Puts himself right up amongst the former champions of the series. Statement lap there from the Williams driver to put himself into third position. But the top 5, the rest of the top 5 all on out laps now. Could that change potentially? We'll have to wait and see. So waiting on 2 more cars to actually set times. Jaden yet to leave the pit lane to my knowledge. Michael's had bad luck so far. The majority of his laps have been invalidated. All of his laps have been invalidated so far. Cheese puts himself into second place. So puts himself on the front row, moves Lemons down to third. Michael off into the last 2 corners now. Right on board with him here. Looking to set a valid lap and finish this one off. Give himself a good chance. He's been good in qualifying, especially last season. He comes towards the line here. Puts it on pole position by a 10th. Michael on pole. JT down to second. And a new provisional pole sitter in the Aston Martin. looking to pick up right where he left off from last season. Exceptional performance in Season 6. Looking to continue that in Season 7. Does JT have a response? We're about to find out as he starts his next time lap. Cheese backing off. Lemons on a lap, currently sitting in the 4th spot now. Into turn 9 he goes. We'll keep an eye on him here. He's going quite slow there through the corner. He's abandoning his lap. That'll be that for the Alfa Romeo. Pulls over to the other side of the track to let the Aston Martin through. It's the Aston of Fan, who's also going quite... who's on a time lap right now. Michael also going slow. You guys have to get the way for him as... oh, there he goes. Lemon's funny way out off the track, off into the gravel to allow these guys through. We'll see what Fan come out with this time. It's in P7 right now. Can he improve? Green flag back out. He's got full rein to continue on with this lap. Off the last corner and towards the line to improve and go P5. Put himself in front of Michelle and Sleepy Sloth, who did a fantastic job so far, holding on to a space in the top 10. Of course, we do just think what will happen if Imri had still been here. JT goes back fastest once again, 1 minute 11.036. Again, I wonder if Imri hadn't been the unfortunate victim of a game issue there. See, as Woody is down the chat, gutted for him. I can only really sympathise with him there. And hopefully he can give us a bit more entertainment in the race coming back through the field on a circuit which should hopefully give us some very entertaining action. Fuzzy Fox out on the racetrack here. It's not looking brilliant for Mercedes so far. P13 and P18 in the running order. They'll be looking to improve that in the last 6 minutes of the session. So JT again back on pole. Lemons on another run. And into the second sector split. He's about half a tenth up right now. He needs another tenth or so in order to stand a chance at moving up. Off the last corner, DRS deployed once again. Over the line he goes. Improves, but it's not enough. Majority of cars in the pit lane here, just 5 of them out on track as of right now. So I assume we'll be seeing them all come out in a minute or two to make their final runs. There's QDXC running P11 right now. He's improving massively here. Could be putting himself around 7th or 8th here. Looking at the 4th row, he can nail this final sector. We'll keep an eye on him here as he comes to the final 2 corners. Towards the line he comes. And over the line to go P8. Yes, fantastic lap from there. Moving himself away from Cyber Hunter. Of course, he was just 1,000th of a second off the other AlphaTauri. And now sits about a quarter of a tenth behind the other one now. Yellow flag, sector 3. That is one of the Mercedes coming into the pit lane. That is Fuzzy Fox on his way in. Legends and Lani back out onto the racetrack running P14 and P15 right now. The only 2 cars on the track alongside QDXC. Good to see everyone down in the chat. Hopefully looking forward to what should be a very entertaining race. Any predictions? Make sure to leave them down there. We'll see if you're right come the end of the race. Could be, as this has all the potential to be a very entertaining one. A full grid. 3 minutes to go, and I dare say it's anyone's game in terms of qualifying still. QDXC back into the pits. Might have time to bolt on another set of softs and go one more. Five cars now on the racetrack by that Pit X is about to get very, very busy. There goes JT. Back onto the race once again. Followed behind by one of the Mercedes. That'll be Thiago on his way out, I believe. Jaden hasn't got a lot of time to set a lap at all. JT back out on the track. Cheese coming back out onto the racetrack will be his last lap. The art of timing when to go out on the racetrack is crucial as Arbon comes out of the last corner now to start what will chances are be his penultimate lap or even his final lap at that. P12 right now looking to improve. Through sector 1, nice and smooth. And moving in towards turn 4, the number 48 Haas. We'll see just if he can improve or not. Keeping it all the way over to the right hand side there through turn 4. And now into 5, yellow flag further in front of him. That's one of the Ferraris. That'll be JT trying to find a bit of room. DRS deployed for Arbon here. We'll see where he comes out in terms of split time. He's improving by about a tenth or so, which would be enough to put him in front of Snipe Hunter. If he can get a bit more, then potentially we could see him in front of Dordinio in the Red Bull. Let's get some cars out of the way here. No worries, he's not going to be able to catch Mercedes in time. Towards the line he comes. He does improve. He goes P9. Fantastic last sector there. He's gained an awful lot. End of the first sector. Cheese just under a tenth down on his previous effort. JT also just over a tenth, just under a quarter of a tenth down. And Michael coming through the first sector now. We'll see where he comes out in terms of the split. He's up by a quarter of a tenth. Oh, and there goes Mercedes spinning off, and there's a Ferrari off as well. And that is JT who's gone off. JT has gone off with Thiago, and it looks like one of the Williams has got damage. That is Lani's. His teammate Michel goes on through, or Mitchell goes on through. Sorry. Well, an unfortunate incident for several cars at the end of qualifying, and I dare say Lani won't have enough time to go back to the pit lane and bolt on a fresh front wing. I'd say qualifying's over for him. Jaden retiring from the session, hasn't actually set a lap. Fuzzy Fox disconnects. Michael's down hugely here. Lemons was up in the first sector, but only just. Checker flag has now fallen. Legends and Fuzzy Fox both finished their laps. Michael into the pit lane. Next car through to the line looks to be one of the Alpines. That's Ginger Nut, and Michel through behind him. Doesn't improve, stays P10. Michel into the pit lane. His qualifying session's over. Here come the Alpha Tauris now. Snipe Hunter over towards the line, looking to improve. He's a 10th down. Stays in P12. Sleepy Sloth stays in P7. JT into the pits. I see Fan coming through there. Stays in. Well, it goes up to P4. And Lemons going through the chicane there. And well, I dare say that with the end of qualifying. QDXC, the last car, set a time as his teammate has put himself on pole position for the opening round of the season. Well, it's a very exciting end to qualifying there. A lot of drama. I can only say I'm looking forward to what should be an absolutely fantastic race. For those of you who enjoyed all that, don't go anywhere because there'll be 33 more laps of racing coming your way. To kick off what will be an exciting season of racing overall. JT on pole then by 2/10. So there's your top 10. JT on pole. Michael will go alongside him towards turn 1. Cheese in 3rd. Fanby's up to 4th in the end. Good qualifying for Aston Martin. Lemons in 5th. Michel 6th. Sleepy Sloth 7th. QDXC 8th. Arbon 9th. And Ginger Nut rounds at your top 10. Behind them, Dordinio 11th. Snipe Hunter in 12th. Thiago 13th. Legends in 14th. Next goes Lani. OYZQV. CSR Wolf. Fuzzy Fox. Imri unfortunately out early on, and Jaden didn't set a time. A tasty looking back row. So we'll see just what will go down in the race itself. So make sure to stick around. We'll be back with you in a few minutes for the start. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the opening race of the Takeover Racing League Season 7, the Spanish Grand Prix, here at the lovely Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. I'm your host, Zach RC, bringing you through all the action tonight. If you guys did miss qualifying, it was hugely entertaining, and you're in for 33 very exciting laps of racing here this evening. So, thank you guys for waiting during the lobby restart. I just had to sort things out quickly. Back with it now, and we're looking forward to getting this one underway. So, looking at the lineups for this season. Of course, there are several reserves in the race tonight. We had several drivers who couldn't make it, so we'll read through the lineups for you for the full-time drivers this season. So for Red Bull, it is Jaden and Dordinio making his debut tonight. Both Red Bulls in the race tonight. Crovey and 10th Cannon in the Ferrari. Only Crovey here tonight. Have a reserve in Ferrari. Fuzzy Fox and Primal Jared at Mercedes. Primal Jared not in the race. Spoken Cheese and Critical Skills and the Alpine team. Cheese, the two-time champion. Critical Skills, unfortunately, not here tonight. And it's the same trend for Legends and Darth Vader. Darth, unfortunately, unable to make it for the McLaren team. The Alfa Romeo, the first team to have all the second team to have both their drivers in the race. Lemons and Imri, fantastic pairing last season for Mercedes, looking to get themselves back on the spin and push for the Constructors' Championship. Reigning champion C110P fan Aston Martin alongside Michael, who's on the front row for this race. Arbon and OYZQZ, both from full-time drivers in the race tonight for Haas. Wardy and Ratio in the AlphaTauri, Ratio being Sniper Hunter, who is in the race. Wardy, unfortunately, is not, but is down in the chat, so you can say hello to him there. And Michelle and Lani in the Williams together. So those are your 10 lineups for the season. And of course, we'll keep you up to date with any changes over the course of the season. And we're seconds away now from the start. So looking forward to seeing what goes on in this Grand Prix. Waiting for 7:44 to strike the clock. We'll get underway with the formation lap shortly. Unfortunately, I'm without my co-commentator Darrow this week. So unfortunately, he'll be back next week for round number 2 of the championship, which will be taking place, if I have a look at the calendar once again, taking place at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. So Canada next time out. I'll read through the calendar for you. So Spain, Canada, Qatar, the first sprint race of the season, the Hungaroring, Paul Ricard in France, Monaco, Circuit of the Americas, which is our second sprint round, Baku, Spa Belgium, Portimao, Red Bull Ring in Austria, which will also be our final sprint race, Suzuka, and then Albert Park in Australia. So waiting then to ready up. It'll be an absolutely fantastic season. If you guys are new here, then make sure to subscribe to the channel for all future Takeover Racing League action as the season progresses. It's going to be a very exciting one. So you're waiting for people to start ready up and get the final 30-second countdown for the start of the race itself. And here we go. So no countdown, we're getting right into it. So here we go for the formation lap. So read through the entire starting grid for you. JT, Season 1 champion, lines up on pole position alongside him Michael in the Aston Martin. Row 2, a pair of champions. Cheese, the record 2-time champion, our defending title holder from last season, C110P fan. It's Season 5 champion Lemons, who we're looking to try and close up and perhaps even break JT's win record this season after a disappointing season in terms of his title defence last time out. It's Michelle alongside him in 6th place. Sleepy Sloth in 7th. The second highest running reserve after JT in the AlphaTauri, and QDXC in the Ferrari on the outside of row 4. Arbon and Ginger Nut together on row 5. They ran out the top 10. Dordinio and in the Red Bull and Sniper Hunter in the AlphaTauri together on row 6. Tiago and Legends on row 7. Cheese disqualified from the formation lap here. I'm being told he has no setup on his car, so it could be a problem for him in the race. So Legends out on row 7. Lani and OYZQV on row 8. CSR Wolf and Fuzzy Fox on row 9, the McLaren and the Mercedes. And the final row, which could be a very interesting looking one indeed, a very tasty back row. Imri, regular contender, took his first victories last season, and Jaden, who didn't set a lap time in qualifying, starts dead last. But two very fast, very consistent drivers. Let's see just what they have to do to get themselves up to the field today. So here's your starting tyres, everyone. Front row, front with the top 3, all on hard tyres. 4th to 6th on mediums. Sleepy Sloth and QDXC on the soft tyres. Arbon and Ginger Nut on the hards. Snipe Hunter also on hards. Dordinio on the mediums, with Lani as well. Legends on the softs, and everyone below them, the bottom 5, all on hard tyres. So looking for a slightly longer first stint, a number of these cars. Cheese waiting there already on the grid for JT to lead the field back around. Several cars disqualified from the formation lap. So we saw someone spin out just there. As everyone takes their places on the grid. There's contact between Legends and Lani there. As the last few cars take the positions. Jaden and Imri on the back row. JT waiting on pole position, waiting for the lights. So here we go then to kick off a brand new season of Takeover Racing League action. It's the Spanish Grand Prix here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Season 7 about to get underway. And it's lights out, foot to the floor. Go, go, go. Decent away from the top 2 starters as they charge towards turn 1. JT and Michael side by side. JT gets the run over the Aston Martin going towards turn 1. Michel's into 4th. QDXC down into, up into 6th place, and Lemon's going side by side with him. The top 3 pulled away to a huge advantage here through the first couple of corners, and Michel leads the rest of the pack. Ginger Nut and Lemon side by side for 5th place. Ginger Nut goes way wide there through turn 3. Lemons gets all out of shape, and there he goes off into the gravel there. That's a poor start from the Season 5 champion, who finds himself down at the bottom of the order now, and with a lot of work to do. Imri's made out 5 places on the start. Yellow flag for the back's been cleared for Lemons, gets back up to speed. JT leads Fan, leads Michael, leads Michel. Brilliant start from the top 3, then get away to a great advantage over the rest of the field. Michel controlling the pack behind in 4th place, and Dordinio up into 5th place from a 6th row start. Ginger Nut side by side with QDXC in the Ferrari. So they go through turn 9, very, very tight between them. Side by side, the Ferrari gets up in front of the Alpine, and there goes the other Alpine to the inside. That's Smoke and Cheese making a move on Legends. They go side by side through turn number 11. Very good exit for Legends in the McLaren. And Fuzzy Fox trying to make some places as well. Imri might try and go to the inside, going to these last 2 right-handers as the leaders come through to complete the first lap of the season. It's JT in control, with Fan still in 2nd, and Michael there in 3rd. Good start from the Aston Martin team as a whole here. We'll keep an eye on Imri here, who's gained quite a few places. He's gained 5 places so far. And Lemons with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. The race gets worse and worse, and he's out. The Season 5 champion out of the race just like that. We have our first casualty of the season and a second one there. Legends off the pace through turn number 3. You see Jane going all the way around the outside of the racetrack. Lucky not to slide off into the gravel. Oh, and there goes Imri off the track. And all of a sudden it's a collapse for Alfa Romeo completely. What just happened? Apologies for missing it, but both Alfa Romeos out of the Grand Prix. Perhaps one of the strongest laps in the field. Eliminated this early on, and we've got a safety car. Commiserations for both cars, Imri and Lemons there. Safety car out for the first time of the season. So JT's lead is cut down. So we didn't quite catch the incident for Imri, unfortunately, so apologies there. 2 laps complete. Got a crazy start here. Number of cars into the pit lane here. Jaden, QDXC, OIZQV, all in. Jaden onto a set of medium tyres. QDXC also onto a set of mediums. I assume with the same here. No, soft tyres for OYZQV very early on in the race. A front wing change in the offing as well. Fuzzy Fox 5-second penalty for a severe collision. Sniper has been a crash. Snipe Hunter around. And Fuzzy Fox now with no front wing. So they've crashed under safety car. Chaos breaking out here in the opening round in the mid pack. So JT leads. So the Aston Martin's had a fantastic start. So wait now for the pack to close back up. OYZQV waiting for him. Jaden waiting for him as well. QDXC and Sniper Hunter about to catch back up. Fuzzy Fox has to pit here. And needs pit to repair that front wing. May look to go on to a different set of tyres or go for another set of hards. Thanks to the lobby restart, qualifying tyres used were more or less invalidated. Wait, oops. No idea what happened there to Fuzzy Fox. We're still on the racetrack. Cheese into the pit lane. And being told he has no setup on the car. So, unfortunate glitch there, I'm assuming. Medium tyres going on. And he's away. So, I'll look at your position change here from the first 3 laps of this race. Driver has gained the most places so far. It's a tie right now between Dordinio and Thiago. Both of them have gained 6 places as a result. Driver has lost the most places being Cheese, having just made that pit stop. He's down 15. Well, a crazy start to the race. Once Cheese catches up, no doubt we'll have a restart. There we go, safety car in this lap, so we'll get back to racing this time. JT in control, Michael warming up his tyres here. Lost a place, of course started second, now down to third. Fan started fourth, he's up to second. As the Mercedes safety car makes his way back towards the pit lane to get back underway. Well, I dare say it's still anyone's race so far. Only 4 laps in, we're still just under 30 to go. Now JT has got a new situation to deal with here. With 2 flat out corners. No one's ever really had to deal with the safety car restart on here just yet, but he's played it to perfection here, getting away quite nicely indeed over C110P fans to come off the last corner to begin lap number 5 and get us back underway. Again, the top 3 shooting out to a big advantage. Michel back there in 4th. He's got Dordinio all over him as they charge towards turn 1. Single file up front. Thiago defending from Arbon here. Might try something to the outside going through turn 3. And there goes Sleepy Sloth behind him trying to make a move as well. Arbon with a good run here. Thiago leaves the outside open. Going to defend underneath. Arbon looking upstairs, trying to find an opening of some kind. Sleepy Sloth now to the outside of the Haas to go towards turn 5 here, side by side. No contact, they come very close, almost brushed tyres, but Arbon holds onto it. Dordinio trying to take Ginger Nut here. It's back through in the Red Bull, almost lost the car there, but very nicely held onto it. Michel has gotten away from the pack and is now closing on Michael as fan 6 of JT here. Dordinio and Ginger Nut really going at it here. And Thiago looking to try and get involved. Arbon a bit too late on the brakes there. Might make it work around the outside of Thiago. That'll be the inside for the right-hander. He managed to make it stick, but there goes Thiago back on his inside. Has to duck back into line. Side by side, Sleepy Sloth and Legends. Legends makes the right call there, backing out of it. Fan sets the fastest lap of the race. On to lap number 6 now. OYZQV crashing there. He's out of the race. Oh, sorry. Was it the? Apologies. No, I think he may have retired in the pit lane. Sorry, no. There's some kind of problem. He's retired on the racetrack. That could have been a very dangerous situation for all involved there. I think everyone got away quite nicely, unless there's damage on Sniper Hunter's car. There's not. It's getting very, very rowdy in the mid pack here, especially this battle here, and everyone looking for points. So 3 retirees in this race after the first 6 laps. Top 4 away to a big advantage here. Dordinio in 5th, 2 seconds back from the leaders. Michel's fallen back slightly, but he's looking to close that gap back down. Now, for the first time in this race on lap 7, we'll see DRS deployed. We'll see DRS activated. 2 DRS zones on the circuit. One into turn 1 and 1 down into turn 10. Yellow flag. And that is contact between Sleepy Sloth and Legends there. JT sets the fastest lap as CSI Wolf goes charging through. Three wide for the last points paying place here. Cheese gets back up in front, looking to fight back and get that deficit that he lost in the pits earlier on. As the leaders continue to pull away here, I'm getting news that 10th Cannon has only just woken up. 10th Cannon normally would have been driving in the Ferrari for this race, being replaced tonight by QDXC. Neither Ferrari driver in the race tonight. But 10th Cannon, I'm being told, overslept. I'm not sure if you'd be too pleased with me saying that on here, but yellow flag 6-2. That is the Mercedes of Thiago who's gone around. Oh, he's really struggling with the car there. Let's give himself a moment to get himself recovered, but not a good start to the race for Mercedes so far. Looking to try to get a safety car and try and get it all back. Now, top 4, a bit of a DRS train forming here, but there's enough of a gap to avoid perhaps any moves going on. The closest cars to each other, perhaps Michael to Fan, who's now going for a move. So look to the inside of JT, who's got no help whatsoever. The reigning champion goes through into the lead at turn 1, moves C1 turn P Fan up into the top spot. Michelle trying to stick with this group here, doing a fantastic job so far. Dordinho 4 seconds back in 5th. He's a second clear of Albon. He's got Ginger Nut on his tail. QDXC through turn 3 behind them in 8th. Cheese in 9th, and Jaden rounds out your top 10. Cheese running a bit of a different lines, Jaden there. Both cars looking to work their way through the pack there, these next 3 cars. Now JT will want to try and recover that lost position, try and reclaim the lead if he can. But Michael will be trying to take advantage of the slip up from the Ferrari and make it Aston Martin 1-2 if he can. Yellow flag 6-2, that's behind them, and that is off of turn 9. That is Dordinho from 5th place, who falls from 5th down to 12th. That's close to being big as Thiago makes his way out the pit lane here, back out onto the racetrack in P17. Fan leads, JT under pressure. He's closing in massively. And looks to the inside, going to turn 1. And reclaims the lead on lap number 9. But Fan's sticking with him here. Cheese passing QDXC. 3 wide into turn 3. This can't go well. Ginger Nut stuck on the outside. Moves back underneath. Jaden to the outside. I was maybe close to contact with Cheese there. And that forces QDXC off onto the grass. QDXC, the unlucky victim there as Dordinho looks to the outside. These two fighting for the last points paying place now, side by side, going into turn 7. And now through turn 8, Dordinho on the outside now. Contact between the pair of them. Through turn 9, QDXC gets away with the position. Well, a chaotic battle there. Snipe under to try and get around Ginger Nut if he can. Back up front, the leaders still once again tussling with each other. And Fan, again with a huge run. The DRS is incredibly strong here. And Fan moves back into the lead. But JT again, still sticking with him. Michael is trying to pounce on any mistake. Michelle keeping with this group, but not closing up enough to actually make a move for 3rd. This top 3 have been really strong so far. They've been their own little train since the start. Arbon 7 seconds back from these guys in 5th. Jada 1.3 back from him in 6th. And it's Cheese, Snipe Hunter, Ginger Nut and QDXC. Dordinho fighting with Lani now for P11. Williams looks to the outside with a little bit of space left. Bit of contact. Oh, and there goes Dordinho around. The Red Bull spins on the exit of turn 5. Virtual safety car has been deployed. a standstill just for the minute. And there was damage on the Red Bull's front wing there. We definitely saw it as he spun off for turn 4. Unfortunate, he was doing so well earlier. It was up in P5 earlier on in this race, where Arbon is now. And now he sits down in P14 with no front wing. And JT taking advantage of this, coming into the pit lane now. I think he may have locked up on entry. We saw him really slowing up as we go on to lap 11 of this Grand Prix. Michel joining him in. Medium tyres going on the car. Michel, well, he's on the mediums. Will we see a change onto the hards potentially? We'll see what the Williams team choose to do. Hard tyres going on. And DRS redeployed. So we're back underway in lap 11. 3-car train here. Snap Hunter, Ginger Nut, QDXC. I dare say JT will be joining this train a lap or two. He's got Lani right there behind him. Now Michel may be hoping his teammate lets him through here. I think that is the plan. Good team play from Williams to allow the car on fresh tyres to start to chase after the pack. So lap 11, we're a third of the way into this one. QDXC and Ginger Nut side by side. The Ferrari comes out on top on this occasion. We'll start trying to chase down Sniper Hunter. Now the mediums won't last a great deal longer as Jaden passes Arbon for the third spot. Both Aston Martin's choosing to stay out. Cheese closing in on these two now. Could we see the record champion going for a position here? QDXC, the good run on Sniper Hunter, looks to the outside, going towards turn 1. Over the line they come to start lap 12. And the Ferrari well clear of the AlphaTauri before they even reach turn 1. And Ginger Nut looking to try and pick up the scraps if there are any. JT in 9th. Michel in 10th as of right now. JT a bit too deep there. Long way still to go in this one. Michel looking to chase down JT. About 2 seconds back from right now. The hard tyres won't be helping his case, given the mediums on the Ferrari. If he loses some time in battling these guys in particular, then he could be in trouble potentially. A bit wide there through turn 9, but he's closing regardless. Oh, that was very close. Oh, wait, he almost went for it there, but chose not to in the end. Backed out with the last second. He's losing a bit of time here. And this will allow Michel to close up. The DRS detection point is just before the last corner. Oh, contact! And Michel, very lucky to avoid that contact with Ginger Nut and JT. And I doubt the Season 1 champion will be too happy with that one. As Cheese up front passing Arbon for P4. Both Aston Martins again staying out. Michel up another place now. And he'll start working his way towards the dueling pair of Sniper Hunter and QDXC. Arbon trying to keep pace with Cheese right now. Cheese all the way on that left hand side out of turn through turn 4 and now into 5. Jaden is in a world of his own right now in 3rd place. Again, the Aston Martins are completely in a world of their own up front. Jaden in a sort of no man's land as of right now, but Cheese we're looking to change that as soon as he can. Michel's got a DRS on Sniper Hunter and QDXC, so could be joining that fight for P6. JT will try and keep pace with him here after contact with Ginger Nut on the last lap. Oh, and around goes the Alpine. Almost goes around, he saves it, but he's got a 3-second penalty now for multiple warnings at the track limits. QDXC have no DRS off this last corner. Could be a sitting duck for Sniper Hunter. Michael now moves into the lead. Yellow flag as Dordinio and Fuzzy Fox have tangled. And the safety car comes out for the second time. Well. Does that benefit anyone? No one's around the pit lane save for Sleepy Sloth and got those soft tyres at last. Hard tyres will no doubt Take it to the end of the race now. He's in a good position now in terms of tyres in the AlphaTauri. Dordinio was doing so well earlier on, out of the Grand Prix. Fuzzy Fox out as well, down to 15 cars. And this will be good for both Aston Martins who can now pit and maintain their lead. If Fan backs off a bit, then I dare say they get away with a very nice double stack. And here we go. Fan can back himself up enough to avoid those guys running into each other. They may lose a bit of time. So I'll go in for a fresh set of hard tyres. Medium tyres going on for Michael, and hard tyres going on for Fan. It's been a solid race for the Aston Martin team so far. Cheese now assumes the lead. He of course has made his first pit stop. JT now can back up to third. Michelle coming to the pits for a fresh set of mediums. He's down to, well, it looks to be P9, potentially P10. P9 on the exit, unless Sleepy Slot can come out in front. No, just lost out. So Cheese leads them up to near the halfway point of this Grand Prix. It's been a very exciting one so far. Waiting now for the pack to close back up. It could be waiting a while thanks to Thiago being as far back as he is. As well as Legends, Lani, CSR Wolf in particular. Those four will be who we wait for before we get back underway. Cheese is on medium tyres, perhaps almost reach the end of their life here. So, how much longer will he go on? Will he stay on those? And Cheese now into the pit lane as I say that. So, not sure what the plan is for the two-time champion here. Into the pit lane we come. Again, lap number 16 of this race. Medium tyres again going on the car. So Michael then retakes the lead. All three of these leaders have all led the Grand Prix at some stage. The only three leaders so far. Michelle was with these guys, but has fallen down to P8 having made that stop. Jaden now in 4th place, so from dead last up to 4th. And Arbin there in 5th place, doing a fantastic job so far. So pretty much everyone in the pack now more or less on fresh tyres. Thiago back into the pit lane here. Medium tyres going on. It'll be a struggle to go to the end of the race on those. He'll be hoping for one last pit stop. One last safety car, rather. The last car waiting for 15 cars still in the running. See, Chief's their major player in this Grand Prix so far for Alpine. The team with which he won his 2nd championship. Won his first in the Alfa Romeo. And his 2nd for Alpine in Season 3. So past the halfway stage of this Grand Prix, Michael leads, JT 2nd, Fan 3rd. The podium, the top three has been more or less unchanged under green flag conditions since we got underway. Waiting on Thiago now. I dare say he'll catch the pack this lap. And we'll be able to have a start. Should the safety car come in this time round, there'll be 16 laps to go. And we get the green flag. Now we saw what JT did in the last restart. He led away midway through the penultimate and the last corner. So on that penultimate little straight. I'll have to see if Michael does the same sort of thing or if he tries to go later. So you can use that penultimate straight to build up a little bit of speed before the restart, before you get back to the main straight. Sergo joins back up in 15th place now. He wants to try and catch the pack napping if he can. Safety car in this lap. So Michael leads. The pack all on more or less fresh tyres, save for JT, who's done about half the intended laps on his mediums. Will he try and take him to the end? Have to wait and see. Could be banking on another safety car, as will CSR Wolf, who's also been on those mediums for 6 laps. Michael backing him up here, waiting to go, and now pulling away brilliantly there. Going a bit earlier than JT did, and it's worked to perfection here. Back to racing, 16 more laps to go, and Michael out to a lead by half second. But JT closing back in. All single file, everyone nice and calm as into turn 1. Now JT's tyres a bit more rubbered in, a bit more raced up, a bit more race worn. He's going to back to try and close in on the Aston Martin, and he is closing in, but not enough to go for a move at that late in the day. Thinking of making moves. Michelle on the inside of QDXC goes a bit wide there, allows Ginger not to feel on the exit. So Michelle get to work on now, trying to pass Snipe Hunter and Arbon. Michael still leads by about half second. JT in second and Fan in third. Legends gets a penalty there for multiple warnings. 6 seconds to his name right now, so he's had 2 of those track warning penalties. Michelle trying to find an opening here on Sniper Hunter as they come to the last 2 corners. Oh, he's a bit wide there. Yellow flag for the back. That is Lani and the Williams has gone around. Recover the car though. No damage done, but lost quite a bit of time here. Michael now sets the fastest lap of the race. JT and Fan sticking with him, as is Jaden this time. Arbon dropping back as Michelle challenges Sniper Hunter through turn 3. Oh, very close to contact. He managed to get through though. And now he's on the outside. He's got in front of Sniper Hunter. Fantastic move there through turn 4 and finishing off in turn 5. Michelle now up to P6 and we'll start getting to work on passing Arbon here. Jaden, the inside Fan here going towards turn number 10. Who gets the better exit? It's Jaden who gets through. Past the outside lane for turn 12. Through turns 13 and 14. Fan gets back up in front. Jaden has no choice but to concede. It's allowed JT and Michael out to a lead, but Michael a second clear here as the DRS goes back out. Sets the fastest up 1 minute 14.112 as the DRS comes back on once again here. Jaden gets in front of Fan, but Fan might try and switch back. He's brought himself back alongside to go through turn 3. Off the corner, side by side. Who is last on the stoppers? There's contact between the pair of them. Ever so slight contact. Jaden comes out in front of the reigning champion. QDXC passing Ginger Nut here. They're side by side, making contact there. Before he gets through. Here's where things got to heat up a bit more. DRS and Michelle. To the inside of Arpen, going towards turn 10. Into the braking zone they go. Good exit from the Williams over the Haas. He's into the top 5 now. Michael out to a 2-second lead here over JT. Yellow flag behind them. And that is Cheese and Ginger. The teammates have made contact. Both cars off into the gravel. And a third safety car has been deployed. And this is a big advantage for the cars in the bottom half of the field here, who can now pit for fresh tyres and not lose as much track position. Top 7 all staying out, as they had to. But contact between the two Alpine teammates, and they're both out of the race. Down to just 13 runners now. And for the first time today, we had a runaway leader. And that was Michael in the Aston Martin, who did a fantastic job of pulling out to an advantage. But he's been closed down there. Closed down quite quickly. So lap 21 this race, 12 more laps to go. CSR Wolford Legends wait then to close back up. Now what do the leaders do here? Of course they could theoretically pit to make sure they get to the end. Is it too early for soft tyres? That's the question. Michael coming in. Oh, he's sold JT a dummy there. I'm not sure if JT plans pit, but Fan is in. Michael faking it there. JT and Fan both in. And that's set of medium tyres that they're ready for JT. And for Fan? For Fan, soft tyres. So tyre change there. Lost track position. Slightly comes in as well for mediums. Very chaotic start to the season so far. Your top 3 now, Michael, Jada and Michelle. JT and Fan then further back in the field, but on the freshest tyres in the order. I don't know how long those mediums will last. For the top 4 in particular, and the top 5 we count Thiago. And this race, in all honesty, could go anyone's way. It's a safety car coming back in this lap. Michael had quite a good restart last time. We'll see if Jaden has anything up his sleeve to try and counter it. Michael on the outside there through turn number 12. Come towards turn 13 once again. 11 laps to go. And there goes Michael once again. He's pulled out even more of a lead this time. He's almost left Jaden for dead. Off the last corner they come to begin once again. Green flag comes back out. Number 23 gets underway. JT getting right to work here, making a move on Legend in the McLaren for P10. And both him and Fan get through as well. Michael has not gone away as much as he might have liked here. Jaden's all over him. Red Bull started dead last. He was a bit late to the party, but now he's here. And Michelle not too far behind either. Into turn 9 they go once again. Top 3 have gotten away here. Arbon and Sniper Hunter behind them in 4th and 5th. QDXC leads the rest of the pack. Sleepy Sloth behind him. Tiago, CSR Wolf, and JT, who's now looking to close back in on the other McLaren, who goes off, almost off into the gravel. And Fan almost takes advantage, has to back out of it though. Okay, switch back to the inside. And there you go. C110P Fan showing you with one incredible move just why he's the reigning champion. He's up into the points once again. Sniper Hunter passing Arbon. Jaden looking around trying to find an opening off of Michael, but can't get anything done just yet. The top 5 are all full time, so these are all for points. These guys know what they're playing for. They're playing for the opening win of the season, and it's going to get very, very tasty indeed, especially as the medium tyres start to fall off. We'll have to see who can manage them the best to check a flag, or whether the fresher tired cars of JT and Fan will catch them by the checkered flag. Fan to the outside. Tiago goes through these. Oh, he's losing the car. And off in the gravel he goes. Around goes C110P Fan down to P13 and recovering the car, but may have lost a chance of points today. And here we go now. This is where it gets interesting once again. DRS redeploy. Sniper Hunt sets the fastest lap and he's closing back in on Michelle now. The soft tyres he's got on the reef doing their job. GDXC looking around on Arbon, trying to make a move. Trying to find an opening of some kind. See him dancing around in the mirrors of Arbon. If you look to the inside off turn 3, looking downstairs. There goes the Ferrari up in front. Arbon trying to come back. Has to be careful though, because he's got Sleepy Sloth right behind him there, trying to make a move as well. Tiago passing Legends. CSR Wolf passing Legends. 2 spots lost for the McLaren as Lani will try to make a move as well. So Michael leads them, but this is where it gets interesting because Jaden now has DRS on his side. Now here isn't the best place to go for a move unless you're incredibly close. Through 13 and 14 they come. Jaden looking for a good run this time. DRS deployed. Michael trying to disrupt it. There goes Jaden to the outside though. Sniper Hunter looks underneath Michelle. New 3rd place runner and new race leader. Jaden from dead last into the top spot with 7 laps to go. Fan sets the fast lap. Excuse me, there are 8 laps to go in this one. 2 Ferraris currently sandwiching Sleepy Sloth right now as JT looks to the inside. Great run through the corner. There's contact and both cars go off into the gravel. I go back out onto the racetrack and JT, we know that, very frustrated with that. What happened there? And the safety car comes back out. And again, this race is thrown into chaos. A lifeline here for C110P Fan. Now, do we see the pit lane raided for soft tyres? In the last few laps of this race, there'll be 7 more to go when they cross the line. There'll be around 4 or 5 laps left. So I dare say that a lot of cars will be looking for soft tyres. Michael's in this time. Jaden stays out. And that could be a crucial decision. QDXC also staying out. Arbon staying out. Michael's in. Soft tyres. Majority of the pack out into the pit lane. JT for a new front wing and for, no doubt, for soft tyres. Yes, there it goes. JT, who led a decent amount of the race early on from pole position, now dead last in the running cars. Up to P11 again after Sleepy Sloth and Lani recover things, but the collision between these two bringing out this safety car. Jaden, QDXC and Arbon all staying out here. Now QDXC isn't in as bad a situation because his medium's only 6 laps old, but Arbon's and Jaden's medium tyres are both currently, they've both done the amount of laps that are recommended to go on medium tyres. So have they managed enough to hold them on to the end? And can the soft tyre cars do anything about it? My mind says they can, and they will. Fan back up into P8. Michael there in 5th place. He's got the freshest tyres of anyone in the field, and he's leading that soft tyre pack. Sniper Hunt's been strong today. Michelle has always been with the leaders for the majority of the race. Fan has been part of that lead pack and he led earlier on. JT down to P11 now. A lot of ground to make up. I'm thinking we'll get 5 laps of racing in before the checkered flag. Fan back into the pit lane here. Perhaps going for another set of soft tyres. He's got one more set left to give. Back out on the racetrack in P13 now. And once he closes back up, we'll have a restart. So here's your full order. Jaden leads, QDXC in 2nd, Arbon in 3rd, CSR Wolf in 4th place, Michael 5th, Sniper Hunter in 6th, Michelle 7th, Legends 8th, Tiago 9th, and JT the last points paying place. Then it's Sleepy Sloth 11th, Lani 12th, and Fan now 13th. And your retirees in this race, both Ginger Nut and Smoking Cheese are out, Fuzzy Fox, Dordinio, OYZQV, and both Alfa Romeos of Imri and Lemons retire within the first 3 laps of the race, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll see them back next week, the second round of the season in Canada, which will either be here or on the Takeover Racing League Twitch, which there'll be a link to down in the description once the stream is over. And with a bit of luck, we'll have Dara back next week as well. Here we go then. 5 laps for all the marbles for the opening race of the season. 13 cars still left in the running. 10 of them on soft tyres. 9 of them on fresh soft tyres. 3 of them at the front. All on mediums. They've got to manage to the end and hold off the chasing pack. Jaden started this race dead last. Has the strategy paid off for him? Was he backing everyone back up there? Regardless, he's gotten away, but QDXC's right behind him, and Arbon's there in 3rd. The soft tyres have got away quite poorly there. CSR Wolf have to defend straight away from Michael and from Sniper Hunter. Michael to the inside at turn 1. Late on the brakes, up into 4th place. Good getaway from the Aston Martin there. We'll start working on the 3 cars in front of him. Sniper Hunter to the inside of CSR Wolf as well. Michael already taking 1 car. He's up to 3rd place now. Michelle up into 6th. QDXC, the next target for the Aston Martin. He's going to look. Will he look to the inside at turn 9? He's not going to go for it just yet. He's going to use his battery on the exit. There goes Michelle, making 1 pass, making 2 passes. Michael goes deep. Almost allows QDXC back in. Michelle into 4th place now. JT up to P7. Fan down in P12 here and struggling. 4 laps to go. Michael closing on Jaden now. Looks to the inside, going towards turn 1. They're side by side. Michael gets in front. and takes back the lead. Michelle and Sniper Hunter, the next two running cars in particular, if those guys will need to get around these two cars in front of them quickly if they want any chance of winning this race. And we've seen how strong the DRS is on the main straight here. They can't allow Michael to get too far out in front. Had to find their way through quick. They've got to take their chances and take them now. They can't rely on Aston Martin mistake because Michael's already second in the clear. Yellow flag behind, and that is the McLaren of Legends. Recovers it and keeps it on track. Michelle looking to the outside of QDXC. Looking to the inside on the exit. Can't do anything right now. Those two are boxed in. Michael sets the fastest lap on his way to a lead with 3 laps to go. 1.5 seconds in the clear. Sniper Hunter looks to the outside of Michelle. Just have to give each other space here until one is contact, and around goes QDXC and Michelle with him. Both cars spin out here. Sleepy Sloth almost loses it as well. And Arbor and Michelle crash. Both cars are out of the race. QDXC carries on. And with Jaden 1.8 seconds back, Michael with 2.5 laps to go has no challengers for DRS. And JT has a chance to get himself back on the podium here, if he can close up to Sniper Hunter and to Jaden. Thiago now in 5th. Sleepy Sloth 6th. Fan in 7th. Looking to make a move on the Alpha Tower if he can. Two laps to go now for Michael. Jaden a sitting duck on the main straight now. Looking to the outside. There goes Sniper Hunter. Up into 2nd place. And JT looking to follow him through here. He gets in front. Sleepy Sloth and Tiger going at it through turns 1 and 2. Fan looking to try and pick up the scraps to those guys. And JT to 2nd place now. And I don't think he's got enough time to chase down that 2.5 second gap. He's going to try his utmost here to try and shut him down. Michael, a lap and a half away from victory in the first race of the season. Sniper Hunter there in 3rd, looking to try and close back in on JT, as Michael comes through now to start the final lap. It's been a hugely chaotic race. As of right now, only 11 cars will see the flag. JT sets the fastest lap once again. JT is closing the gap down. He's closed him about a second in the last lap or so. He'd need another lap or two to really have a good run at the race leader. As Fan now passing Thiago and Sleepy Sloth for the 5th spot. On course to finish this race in 5th. Michael can see the checker flag getting close to yellow flag. And that is Thiago's off into the grass. He'll fall down to P10. Potentially P11. QDXC might pick up a last point here. He will take a last point. Michael Dale here. Meanwhile, with a 1.8 second lead to his advantage, coming through the last 2 corners with JT and Sniper Hunter following him home. Here comes Aston Martin. Michael Dale off the last corner to win the first race of the Takeover Racing League Season 7 here in Spain after a brilliant drive. JT 2nd, Sniper Hunter in 3rd, Jaden in 4th, Thiago retires from the session. Fan finishes in 5th in the end. Sleepy Sloth home in 6th place. Solid stuff for him. Lani 7th in the end. Legends in 8th place. CSR Wolf will come in with points in 9th, and QDXC will swipe the final point for Ferrari. Just 10 finishes today. Absolute chaos there. So Michael wins the first race of the season. Aston Martin on top then. And that was a long race. Very chaotic one indeed. Well, let's see if we can get any post-race interviews in. So there we have it then. Michael wins the first race of the season. JT following him home in 2nd. And Sniper Hunter home in 3rd place for AlphaTauri. So celebrations again after the first race of the season. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I enjoyed watching it at the very least. It was certainly eventful. A very rough and tough race indeed. Well then, that'll cap things off for our first race of the season. Michael wins from JT and Sniper Hunter in 3rd place. Hope you guys did enjoy it. We're back next week for the Canadian Grand Prix, the 2nd race of the season. It'll be either here or over on the Takeover Racing League Twitch, which again there'll be a link to down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next race, I shall see you next time. Goodbye. I hate doing this all the time.